So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Dutch Grand Prix at the iconic circuit Zandvoort, nestled in the Dance along the North Sea coast. This historic venue is one of the most demanding circuits on the Formula calendar. It is fast-flowing corners, dramatic banking, and narrow layout leave little room for error. And revered only the bravest driver, everything is ready for another spectacular race. Who will win? The Dutch dance and stand on the top step on the podium. Sit back, enjoy the action, and let's begin the Dutch Grand Prix. Today I will be your commentator, Amos Hazaglerk. I'm inviting you first on the qualifying session in Netherlands. Then I hope the best race in a whole season. In a few moments we will start this qualifying. We must wait a moment, so that takes a little longer, but we have a timer. That means we are starting this qualifying right now, so we have 16 drivers. Yes, it is. And I'm looking for full team. That is, of course, Red Bull with Toro and Nello. Also see Audi with Ruben and Martin van Dijk. Ferrari is also with two drivers, Seban and Cooler Ramos. Has Mercedes and Williams, Racing Bulls also. And I think that's it. And we have first drivers going out in the track. That is Safa Gamer. Oh, that was a little problems within the formation lap. Of course, he is warming his tires, trying to keep them in the best temperature. Just driving through 12th turn. And then he will be at the biggest straight in this track. Just after the turn 14, and he is right now on it. He used his battery, he used S mode, and that was a little incident. He go with his left tire on the grass, and he did it again, but not that big as it was in the final straight. And of course he has the fastest time in the first sector because he is the first driver to even complete the second, the first lap. Right now this is turn 10. He go there too early to turn, and oh, and again that isn't a good lap for Williams driver. He have a huge mistake, and he have a little problems with his car. No time he's going to make, and it's 1:13.722. So mid time, I think. Martin van Dijk also will be ending his lap, and he jumped to P2. And Thomas Pinder right now is the fastest man on the track with time 1:10.100. Brilliant lap by McLaren driver. And that is Bellamy. He have a really good battery, and he is P3. Oh, that was a slipstream for Connor. He might be the fastest in the second sector because of this slipstream given by Ferrari. I don't know who that did that. Connor Remus or Seban, I don't look good in the numbers. And that's it. He is the fastest man on second sector. And right now he uses all of his battery in this straight. That seems optimistic, but that will be. We will see, and that's P5. It's really close to Conor Remus, I think, who did that slipstream. And Toro sets the fastest time in the first sector. And I think he forgot. He left that lap. And Frobe is improving, but that is a really small improve. But big improve is what did Thomas Pinder, and he is first with time 1:9. That is really nice time, if I can say that. And Toro is trying again. He's driving through 10th turn, and right now he must use his, maybe not, but a little bit process of his battery, and that works. That's the fastest second sector, of course. Sorry for that mistake. And as in the end of the lap, he used his battery full. Have 20, 50, 11% of this battery. Right now is 0, but that is only P6. So I think it's a little bit disappointment. And Ruben crossed the line, and he is staying at P7. He don't even improve. So we have only 10 laps I'm sorry, 10 minutes left of this qualifying. Let's go Toro. I hope so he will do a brilliant drive today, but right now he's P6. And I think he'll have two more. He will try 2 more times. George Lane says the fastest time in second sector. Can he keep it up until the finish line? He's driving through the 14 corner and he's heading into the pit lane, so he will visit his mechanics and I think he will try one more time. And that is a spin for Toro, and he crashes his front wing. But fortunately, he don't have any damages on the tires. I think he have a damaged front wing. That is, yes, he is a little bit damaged and right front wing. Thomas Pinder. He jumped again for the top step and sets the fastest time on this qualifying right now so far. It's only 5 minutes left on this qualifying, and I see Robbie. Yeah, that's it. And the Williams driver is driving through 10-2, and he is heading into the 11. And here's his battery, and that will be P11. So he jumped over 4 positions. Great job from Williams driver, and right now is Lucek, who is heading into the box. So I think that lap was not the best from his car, and I think all the drivers will go at the box, so they will be starting his final chances, be higher or keep that position who they are. That situation is of course Thomas Pinder. But Brad and Thoreau are not that far away from his time, so I hope that we'll be having a great battle, of course, with the times, and then later in the race. And Frobe is heading into the pit line, and who will be our another drivers who set another time. And 60 join us, so right now we will have 70 drivers. That is Marty van Dijk on his last chance to go high in the standings. So the final laps are here. Only one minute of this qualifying is end. Thomas starts his first lap, uses his battery to have better pace on the straight. This is turn 1, he goes on the apex, and that was beautifully taken by McLaren driver, and that is called spin in the Zandvoort circuit. The same thing with in the Suzuka in Japan, if I could remember. Also, they are very similar to each other, and that is phenomenal time taken by Nello. 109.7. That was what that? That was Aston Martin. So sorry, and sorry is disqualifying from the station. And what time is going? Is do Thomas Pinder? Final turn 14. We're close to the apex, but not touch them, and that is P1. He jumped over Nello over 1/10 of a second, but Toro is also improving, and that is time similar to Thomas Pinder. Can he take this pole position from McLaren driver? Oh, that is P2. What a close gap. Someone is on the first lap, so Thomas Pinder I think takes pole position from the Zandvoort Grand Prix. Dutch Grand Prix. And yeah, that's it. I have McLaren, 2 Red Bulls and 2 Racing Bulls and the front. Yeah, that is the end of the qualifying. We are waiting to game just show us classification after that beautiful session won by McLaren driver, and Thomas Pinder takes the pole position. That's it. This is P1 for Thomas Pinder. Second is Toro, third is Nelu, four is Conor Cross, five is Bernie Bellamy, six is Cola Remus, 7 is George Lane, 8 is Ruben, 9 is Usman Sida, 10 is Luchak, 11 is Seban, 12 is Martin Van Dijk, 13 is Frobby, 14 is Dariusz Pozhalski, Tafagama is 15, and 2 drivers that even complete a single lap. That is Pixie and Sorry, who has disqualified from the session. And we are heading into race. What's your race predictions? You can put them in the chat if you want to. I will, of course, say them on this live, and we are waiting. I hope so. That will not take long. It's 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. We have yellow flag in sector 3, but I think this is game mistake. Can Thomas Pinder stay on this P1? I think yes, to overtake Nel the first turn of this race. Can Nel respond? Can he jump to P2 again? I think he stay on this position. That is a really big battle between Colin Ramos and George Lane. And Toro try and finish at P5, so he lost a couple position. But right now he's trying to go higher and jump to P4. He's going inside and that's it. Here's P4. That's two drivers, that's George Link and Serban, and that's it, Ruben. Trying to take them both on the one corner, but he stay on his P9. And there is almost at the rear wings, at the rear wing of McLaren, driven by Thomas Pinder. And now it's getting closer. Can he run me outside? No, he can't. But he's trying on the grass. He's trying inside, but that's a great defense by a McLaren driver. Now we have a little problem that is disconnected. Oh, that's back. And Nell takes the lead of this race on the biggest race of this race. And we have two racing bulls being really close to the McLaren driver. Can he lose more position? And Thomas Pinder is really close to take again Q1. And right now, Brad Bellamy, he's really close to McLaren, and what that is, this is stay on this P3. He's waiting to... He's trying to overtake the McLaren driver, and he's getting closer, but he not used his battery. This is a great opportunity to take the P2. And that is 9 turn. That is a really hard place to overtake. But after the turn 10, that is one of the two most impressive places where we can overtake the car in front of us. And can do it Brad Bellamy? No, he can't. He'll stay on this P3. And Toro is just behind the rear wing of Racing Bull, but that is also really close to McLaren, and McLaren is really close again to Red Bull. We have yellow flag in sector 3, and that is Safagama who tried to, I think, keep his car on the track, but unfortunately he lost it and he sends it to the gravel. What happened next? Toro is right now falling. His start for P3, and right now he's on P7. And Thomas is in the trouble. Thomas must defend to stay on this P2. That is Brad, and he overtakes Thomas, but he's going through the pits. And also in the pits is Cooler Ramos. We have two drivers in the pits. We have two drivers after the pits. And we have a safety car. And the Pixie is out of this race. So this is the first safety car today. And we're waiting to drivers do a strain, and that is a beautiful opportunity for Neil. Can be in pit line and still be at the front of the pack, I think, but because of where is Thomas? Thomas is at P6, P5, is climbing P5, he's there at P5, but Seban, no, he's there at P5, so really trouble decision. Someone join us, and that's Will. Hello, Will. Can you hear us?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you, and welcome on this stream. I don't expect you to join us.
Thank you very much. It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. If you haven't known, I've been commentating for this time for real life. So I've taken it to the next step. Fill me in, Charles. What have I missed?
Can you say that again?
What have I missed from this race?
Who we missed? I think we just seen a beautiful pole position taken by Thomas, and that was a little accident between him and Nelu, and he just stopped on lap 9, one lap before safety car, because Nelu and Brad don't box, and on this lap that safety car go out the track because Spixie crashed, I think, in sector 2. They just go to the box, and that's because that is why they are front two positions.
Here we go, because it's time for the safety car restart. Now, Nilu leads us. Now, that is a strong contender. What can he do on this restart, ladies and gentlemen? It's all to find out in just a moment's time. Brad is all over the back of him. That Williams is eager to get past that Red Bull, but we know Nilu from restarts. He's got some seriously good restarts. Now, the other question is, where is he going to go? George has brought in the Mercedes, following close behind, but Thomas, he's obviously the pole sitter. Let's see what he can do. He's strong on the circuit, but Nilu, well, here we come around the last couple of corners. When's he going to go? You know when he's going to go is when he hammers it. And that, I'm sure, will be in any moment's time, weaving the hell out those tyres. Brad all trying to stay. And there we go. Nilu's gone. He's literally unsettled Brad there. And there we go. Good job from Nilu. So Nilu leads us now. Lap 11 out of 36. Going to lap 12 even. And we are back. And down the inside there seems to be I'm not too sure what happened there, the V car, but Brad, he wasn't the Williams. We just had a random Williams on track. Never mind. Anyway, Brad in the V-Carb is going to try and catch up to Neely. Neely's got a great restart off the line, but now he's 6th of a second now. What can George do? What can Toro do? Toro in P4 there, Toro Van Dijk, who has also been renamed as that one from a past season, I have to say. Serban and Toro. There we go. Serban's looking for a move this time. The Ferrari eager to get past Red Bull. The Williams also fighting with absolutely no one, and whether that's Surfer Gamer there, I think it may be, because Froby doesn't tend to be near the back. And Serban, he touches Toro slightly, but still just a bit of a kiss there, nothing too much to unsettle the car too much. Thomas, though, he looks removed. No, he knows not to. It's too silly to go this early on track. Now, it's looking slightly overcast. Charles, could there be any rain?
I think no, because Zandvoort don't like the rain, I can say that, of course. But we will see. I think the clouds aren't to join. The clouds aren't to do rain.
Well, we will have to see what that's like. Lap 14, sorry, out of 36. And so far, only one retirement there from TPS. But still, Nilu leads us even. And let's see what he can do. Can he manage to continue with this 3-lap hard compound tyres? But the two drivers behind are on the brand new medium compound tyres. Now, they can go for a bit. But here's side-by-side action. Toro and George. George around the outside makes contact. George goes off track. Toro does go off track slightly. But George gets the worst of it and goes completely off track. And that's lost him too many positions. P11 he's dropped to now. Even fighting with Martin Van Dijk. Martin's going to keep the inside line here. It's going to be side by side. Can George try and make it stick? No, he can't. Martin gets a better line and gets ahead. George, could he get affected by Story there? I will. As we have a bit of slight lag, but we're all good. And now George is going to try and send a lunge. Could he make it? No, he couldn't make it. And there we go. It seems to be that Martin comes out stronger with that one. And obviously, the battery is going to come in handy now with the slipstream and overtake even from the Williams there. So he's actually locked out quite well, considering he's also got Osman in front of him. Bradley, look at that. Serban, 112.3. He's looking quicker. But here comes George. He's got the slipstream. Can be done? No, off the track, though. We've got Serban. Serban completely off track. Whether he got punted, loses a rear end. Almost goes into the side there of someone, Lucek there. And what happened there? Side by side also with the... Oh, here comes Martin. Then Martin around the outside. Can he make it stick? The other Mercedes. It's almost going to be 3 wide. No, it's not. But here comes Osman. George. That is George who's going to try and make that move. Osman got through nice and easily. But George, maybe not. Serban, though, he's got all over the buck and Martin. Martin knows the pressure. He can feel the pressure as well. Now, can he try and find his way through? No, he can't. A bit of a back off there from Serban. And still... Martin Van Dijk comes out stronger than ever. But, well, deep there goes Serban as well. Now, Nilu is under pressure a lot now from Brad. Now, we head along to the straight, which is the DRS or active boost, or the overtake even, whatever it's called these days, is now going to be coming in handy. Now, he's recharged his battery. How much has Nilu charged his battery as well? Keep an eye on that. Will he make that move, Brad? Nilu's covering that inside line. He knows it's imminent. Can he get it done? No, he can't. He still survives another lap. He goes a bit deep, though, into turn 1 and still comes out stronger as well. Remus is fighting with Thomas. Remus, can he try and find his way through Thomas? Thomas is strong around this track, but he's on the slightly older hard combo tyres, but still roughly young for those tyres. Yeah, well, I've had to say, Charles, it's looking like a pretty good race.
Yes, that is a really good racing. And look, Remus will have a great opportunity to overtake Thomas, and that was a little contact. He'll try again at turn 9, but again, that isn't a P4 for Ferrari driver, and he try again in the turn 10, and they're driving side to side, wheel to wheel, and who will be first after 11 turn, and it's Ruben who jumped to P5. So what a great battle between these two.
Ruben comes out of nowhere, snatches that position from him, and now Ruben moves up one more, but he's got Thomas in front of him. Thomas feels the pressure from the Audi. Can the Audi try and get past? Here we go, side by side now, heading into turn 1. Ruben's got that inside line. Thomas for the outside line. It's not going to end well for Thomas. He's got to give that position up, and through goes Ruben once again to P4 on lap 17 out of 36. Now, we try and see what he can do here. And here comes Connor. Can Connor try and get to Thomas? Well, there's only one way to find out with only a couple of corners. The V-Carbs are going pretty well today, I have to admit. But the Red Bulls come out stronger. Yellow flag further back. What's that for? Not too sure. Maybe a slight spin. That was Martijn van Dijk. He had a spin further back, sadly, and loses those positions. He actually was up into P10, I believe, there. So a shame from him. Bit of a pun there. Remus gets from Connor. Connor's going to try and do what he can, especially, but can he get past now with this overtake mode? But remember, Remus is going to get that from Thomas. And now Thomas is under immense pressure now from all these other drivers as well. Him and Remus are both sharing roughly around the same compound tyres. But look at that. Oh, a bit of a slide there from Connor. And he's really chucking that car in. Whether that's going to make a difference or not, or kill the tyres more. Well, it's only going to tell in a couple of laps time when they well, they're degrading now, but more and more and more is when it gets a bit more of a problem. Brad onto the back of Nilu. What can Brad do? No, he's still too far back to make a move or a late lunge at all. But you don't want to do anything silly, of course. Otherwise, it can just ruin your race too quickly, especially now as we try and look for a move. Now, Brad, he still can't even get it done there. And that's a big shame from him. Martijn, I think it's Tutoria making a bit of a fight further back, but nothing too much from them, as Martijn's got some good pace around this track. I believe it's a home Grand Prix from him as well. And there we go. We've got another yellow flag, and he's a retirement in the pit lane. And that was Surfer, which is the Williams, who's on the screen we saw a couple of times as well. And yeah, Surfer is not happy, that's for sure. But who's your prediction to win this race, Charles?
With my prediction, I will put Nelu to win this race because he have a great pace. But the biggest what if is, can Brad overtake it on this better tires? I will say that. And we are talking on the podium. I will put Brad on P2, and in P3 I will take Ruben in Audi. And what is your predictions, Will?
Well, I don't know. Nilu's got some strong pace, but Brad seems to be catching up pretty well. I'm going to still put Nilu in the win. He's got that pace. I'm going to put Toro second. It's going to be a Red Bull 1-2 and Brad third. Maybe Ruben could do something, but not for now. He can't. Now, look at that. Toro really sniffing the back of the V-Carb, the sister car there. And can he manage to get a slipstream? Well, he tried to get the undercut there, but that didn't work, did it? They're all sharing the same amount of tyre degradation. But the hards, look at that. Dive bomb. And what brave move that was from Toro. Down the inside he gets. And now it's a Red Bull 1-2. And they can now run off ahead. But Toro goes slightly deep there. And that allows Brad to slowly catch up a bit more. He goes deep. Misses the apex actually slightly. But still stays ahead. Now he sets his eyes on his teammate. Can Toro take the lead of the race? We've seen it before. He is a two-time Toro. I think he's a three-time Toro now. But he was the two-time Toro. And that's what it was before. From the Tier Saturday, but obviously it's only the Tier Friday now. Toro onto the back of Nilu. Can he try and find his way through on the straight? Well, here we come now. I think Toro's tried to strategize it right, that he's going to stay behind. Maybe it's some team orders that are playing into effect, but can Brad find his way through is the other question. Nilu goes defensive on that inside line, so maybe he is. Maybe there isn't any team orders from this one, especially. Toro's got that faster pace, but Nilu, well, he's maybe saving it just for later in the race to try and preserve these tyres where he can. 16 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, and we are currently on lap 20. Nilu with some strong pace in the lead of the race. There's a Red Bull 1-2 with Toro in second. Third is Bradley. Bradley is chasing down this pack, but obviously getting overtaken by Toro last lap. It's not looking too good for him at the moment. Ruben, well, what can we expect from Ruben, Charles?
What we are expecting from Ruben, I think Ruben must catch these three drivers in front of him. This is a key to jump to even a podium, and I think he can overtake Brad because he will have better tires than mediums.
Well, we'll have to see what Ruben can do. He's got that pace. He's a multiple champion as well. But can he bring it back maybe one last time? Well, we'll have to see. Toro, though, still pushing that car. But so is Bradley and Ruben as well. Now, that was a side bomb down the inside. Contact made between the, it looks like the Haas. That was of Darius. And was that Serban maybe getting involved as well? He got tagged round. That was a mean overtake. And that's not going to be a happy Haas. But here comes Martijn. He's making contact once again. The Haas gets turned around. Martijn, well, that is, I'm afraid, your fault from that one. That was a pretty cheeky move from that, and that would not be a very happy Martijn. And I'm sure he won't be especially Darius as well, because that was not a clean move at all. You should have known from the contact before. But hey-ho, it happened. I'm afraid that is Darius's race over. But it's not over, though, for Ruben, because he's on to the back of Thomas. Thomas did get past Ruben, actually. That's impressive. So Thomas is slowly bringing back his pace now. He's still on 12 lap hardcore band tyres, but setting the pole position lap out here, you know he's got some good pace. Now, the overtake button comes into hand. I don't think he's going to get closer this time. No, he doesn't. He's 1.2 off the pace of his best sector, so not looking too good from him at the moment, but he's actually closer than ever than he was. Thomas, can he get him down the back straight is the other question. He has gone through the checkpoint there to get the overtake, and there we go. You can really see on the dashboard there. He's got it. He's going to get the slipstream as well. Can he find his way through into lap 23? No, he's going to hang back. He is definitely going to hang back. Now, these Red Bulls, Charles, are looking pretty good.
Yeah, they're driving 1-2, but I have commented a race yesterday that we have Aston Martins on P1 and P2 on Las Vegas Strip Circuit, and the last turn of this race, they crashed to each other and when that man that in P3. So I hope that they want to do this, and I think Toro can overtake Nel because they're really close to each other. And look what I have said. This is a contact between these two drivers.
You jinxed it that time, Charles. And there we go. Toro touches Nilu there. That's not looking good in terms of the Red Bull teams. And that will not be a very happy Nilu. But Toro is marking his territory and saying, let me through. I'm cooler than you. And obviously, Nilu's having a bit of struggle because he's losing the rear end quite a lot as well. As you can see, a bit of snapping of but well, that was something you would not expect at all from these two drivers. But there we go. Maybe they are not all team orders, maybe just sheer fighting. And well, we saw how that one ended. That did not go too well with him. So can we see more of action with those two? Do you think, Charles, they'll ease down a bit, or do you think they'll be fighting as they just did?
I think they will slow down and keep calm for the rest of the race. That showed us why they can fight, because that is really dangerous to these two drivers, and someone will do a move that will just take another driver off the grass. I think they two will be disappointment, but if they stay, they keep calm and look at this gap to Thomas Pinder. That is almost 4 seconds, so solid gap. And I don't think they must be fighting on 4P1.
Well, maybe not. And it's all just a free-for-all, I think it's called. Now, Toro onto the back of Nilu this time. Can he try and find his way through on the start finish straight? Maybe not, but here comes a switchback, though. Connor and George are taking a fight. Connor goes a bit deep, missing the apex. And George is going to try and go for that undercut. Can he get it done? No, he can't. He loses the rear end a lot there. Both on 12-lap medium compound tyres, so both struggling at the same point. But George gets a better slipstream. The better X of the corner makes a bit of a kiss there on the wheels. But still, George goes through into the pit lane. They both go. And Connor, 3-second time penalty for obviously crossing over. Now, that is not too good. And brand new tyres they go on to. But Toro, he seems to have dropped the pace slightly off from Nilu. But those two got very close, George and Connor. That was pretty good racing between those two. But so far, Red Bull 1-2. Can they continue it for much longer? These two have been the Dream Team Constructors Champions last season. Can they do it one more time? Maybe a couple of more times, depending how many times these guys want to be together. After, as you said, a few incidents between those two. And we already had a bit of a glimpse of it as well, sadly, so from turn 9. Now Toro onto the back of Nilu. Can he try and find his way through is the other question. I don't know if he can, but still, he's going to try and push as much as he can. Coming around the last couple of corners, what can he do? Can he try and find his way for a bit of a slipstream, a bit of a gap to try and get ahead of his teammate? Well, they're diving into the pit lane as his teammate Nilu. And there we go. Toro leads us off in lap 25 out of 36. And this is the undercut, which can be very interesting. Thomas, 10-second time penalty. That's a shame he was in P3. That's going to impede him quite a lot, sadly, as well. So that's a big shame from Thomas there. Now, the interesting strategy is what the tyres are going to be. as well. Bradley, 1:12.2 from him. Brad, he is absolutely flying. He was third earlier, and he obviously went into the pit lane, so the new tyres coming in handy. Let's see what Toro can do. Charles, do you think Toro will manage to beat Nilu or not?
I think he will stay. He will not box. He is a really comfortable position. So if I was him, I think I will stay on the track.
You never know. Toro has got some interesting ways, that's for sure. Now, Nilu is actually getting held up by Bradley. But Bradley, well, not ideally getting held up because he was actually right into the back of him as well. Nilu, well, he's going to try and push his way through. Now, has Toro gone into the pit lane? Is the biggest question. Now, has he... I assume slightly behind. No, right, so we'll see what he does. He comes in, and he is into the pit lane. Right, well, let's see how this works out. Will Toro manage to find his way through on Nilu? Well, here's the interesting question now. Quick stop there, and it was just about enough. That was probably about, I'd say 2.1, maybe something like that. Now, coming out of the pit lane, let's keep an eye where Nilu is on track. You can see he's coming down the start-finish straight. I think Toro's just about managed to get it done. You can see them now. He's coming around the outside, and here he comes now. It's going to be side by side between those two. Who's going to be coming out and head? Toro managed just... No, it's not Nilu. Just not side-by-side action between those two. It's not going to be close enough, but here he goes around the outside. Toro, he's got the outside line. He's got the pressure tyres. They're a bit cold, but he manages to go through. Toro has just planned that just right. He's got traffic in front of him down the inside. Can he look? Maybe. Well, hopefully he's not going to get impeded. He can go through them in theory. No, he can't because it's Froby. They're all together. Contact made from Nilu. Nilu goes into the back of Froby, and that's where Froby gets in the way. Toro on the back of Bradley. Bradley's got the quickest lap of the race, but now the tyres will be slowly coming together with Toro's tyres, and now here we come, the DRS opportunity. Rear end slide there from Bradley. Toro has not managed to catch up though, because Nilu's going to try and catch up this time to Toro. That got very close between those two. I did not think that happened, but side by side between those two, and there we go. Thankfully no incidents were made between those two. Nilu going into the back of Froby, but I don't think there was any front wing damage at all, luckily. Now as we head along to the start finish straight, what can we see of it? Can we see a move down the inside? DRS opportunity comes in favour. And now, what can we see from this? Toro making a move, maybe. Can Nilu make a move? He's going to send a late launch. Maybe it's still one. No, he's not. Good. Hold back. And Froby, 10-second time penalty. That's a big shame. He was up with those guys. And sadly, that's him out of the race as well. Now, Nilu's going to try and see what he can do. Toro goes a bit deep. But no, doesn't impact him too much. And Charles, that was a bit close.
Yes, he's really close. Can Nelo do this again? He's going outside. Can he do a whammy outside? No, he go one rear wing on the gravel, so he stays at P3. But Toro is at a really good position. I think he will stay on the behind Brad to have an overtake mode, and that will be a smart move.
It might just be. Here he comes down to the overtaking zone. Can he try and find his way through? The DRS opportunity comes in his favour. Now, as we head down, can he find his way through? Maybe. Just about no. He doesn't. You can see him cruising, almost going to the back of Bradley there. That was close. Bradley or Bradley. It's the same name. Now, we come around the last couple of corners. What can we see of Toro? He's really, really close. Closer than ever this time. Now, here he comes. Can he get this move done once and for all to retake the lead of the race? No. He needs that slipstream. He's going to look one way. He's going to go the other way. Into turn one he goes now. It's going to be a late lunge. And it is a move down the inside. He goes deep. He goes deep. And Brad is still side by side between those two. Somehow Toro's got some grip and a contact made from the outside. And there we go. Down the inside goes Toro. Bradley round the outside. Nilu is nowhere near this fight. Where has he gone? And he's just too far back. But Toro, ladies and gentlemen, retakes the lead of the race. Lap 20 out of 36. And now he can just cruise it home. And what a job that was from Toro. Martin van Dijk, 10-second time penalty, speeding the pit lane. That's a repetitive thing from all the drivers here. Not so good. But what a job that was from Toro. Toro can now run off ahead. And Bradley is 0.6 of a second off him. Now it's Nilu's turn. Can Nilu find his way through? But what a job that was from Toro, Charles.
Yeah, that was just beautiful. And I think just Toro can save Brad at home. But of course Nelo is trying to overtake Brad. He will do at this turn. This is turn 40. He's using his battery. He's using the ace mode. He's getting close and he's going inside and he's on P2. So the next opponent for Nelo is of course Toro. But Toro have better tires. He have better pace. I don't think so. He can keep it on.
Well, slight error there from Bradley costed him major time because Nilu slips through down the inside in the last couple of corners, and a great job from him there. Now, Toro, he's going to try and run off ahead, but try and preserve those tyres. Keep an eye on the tyre degradation. Mediums versus hards, hence why Toro's running for head. But later on, towards the end of his stint, well, we'll see another side of this because it won't be so good, though, for Toro in the Red Bull now. His teammates still trying to catch up where he can. Any other fighting further back? I'm not too sure if there will be. Everyone seems pretty distant from each other. Saying that, Thomas and Remus look pretty close. 0.1 of a second, he does. There we go. Thomas goes past Remus. Is that side by side? No, he wasn't. He got that slipstream. He got that move done. Good job from him there. Ruben on to the back of Bradley. Bradley is not having a very good race. He's getting impacted quite a bit as well. Now coming around, and what can he do? And I've lost the stream there for a second. I'm back. Right, 6 laps left to go, and this is where it gets close. Will Toro manage to still keep it? It's a 1.1 second lead. But obviously, they are still brand new tyres for the mediums until they start to go downhill. Martin's on the soft compound tyres. He probably can. A big slap of oversteer there from Brad, and that somehow didn't impact too much time. Ruben must have just been watching too much and not trying to focus on the road. But here he comes. He can focus on the road now. But he's also got to be intentional of Brad's errors because Brad is making lots of errors. He's on 7-lap medium compound tyres. And if that's impacting him, what's Toro going to be in 3 laps' time? Well, that's what let's find out. Big snap of oversteer there from Ruben as well. And that was not good at all. And he just about saves it. But Thomas is actually going to catch up. He's 0.6 of a second off him now. That is not what Ruben wants, that's for sure, Charles.
Absolutely. And can we see what happened next? Will Ruben try again and this time overtake Brad? Or Brad will be defending a legendary and stay at this P3 take podium? We will see. Of course, Ruben don't have any battery, and that is a little problem because Brad is getting far away. Right now it's of course a half a second, but of course he have better tires.
He definitely does have the better tyres now. Ruben trying to catch up to Brad where he can. Can he try and find his way through? Here's the other question now as we head on to lap 31 and 36. 5 laps left to go, and this is getting exciting now because the hard compound tyres may just start to be kicking in more and more and more. But the hard first mediums, the old mediums in front with Brad, but the only a lap younger, to be fair, with Ruben. It's 1.3 of a gap, though, from Toro to Nilu, both teammates. Maybe that gap may fizzle out slightly more, depending on how this race goes. Now, coming through, and we're about to start lap 32 at 36. And this could just be Toro's win. Who knows? He's had it before where he's got a puncher on the last lap of the race as well. I remember Austria a couple of seasons back. It was the last lap and he was on the lead. And that's obviously where we don't want to see something now. A bit of a mistake there from Bradley once again. Ruben gets a better exit off the line. Can he try and find his way through into turn 1? No, he can't. He's too far back, but he's going to try again. He's going to get closer than ever. You can see Bradley was on his battery then, recharging it where he can now. The flashing red lights mean he is. And look at that, still lots of snap of oversteer. Those tyres on that car are not doing what tyres are meant to do on those cars. Now, here he comes now. Can he try and find a lunge inside? Can he try? No, it looks like Brad covers that inside line just slightly. Ruben's got the tighter line this time. He's sniffing the rear of that V-carb. Can he try and find his way through this time? Now into turn 9. No, he's too far back. And he's not going to try and do anything silly. Wait for that overtake to come into handy. Or unless, maybe he doesn't need it because here comes Thomas as well. I didn't realise Thomas was right behind, sniffing the rear as well. And there we go. A bit of a better exit there from Ruben. Can he make it done? It's going to be a slipstream contact again round the outside this time. Can he get it done? This is a risky move round the outside into the gravel trap he goes. He's going to lose the position. And Thomas goes through. Ruben, that was a big error. And now he's going to lose another position to Remus. Remus goes through. And that was a silly move from Ruben. What he thought he could go on the outside there may not just work. Now the Giro's opportunity or Eros, whatever it's called. Thomas going to go one way, go to the other. He's going to try and force Brad into an arrow around the outside, the long way round on Brad, and he makes contact slightly, and still they continue side by side. Contact made once again, and still good racing between those two. Slightly contacty, but not too much to throw them off track. And a better exit of the corner goes to Thomas. Thomas and Brad really trying to push that car. He is still kissing the rear end of that car. Now, can he send a launch this time? No, he's not. He's going to try and stay back. He knows that Ruben tried it and it didn't work. Now, can he try once again into turn 9? Well, I don't know if he will. Can he try and send it? No, he's going to wait till and do exactly what Ruben did. Maybe not round the outside, try and go to the inside line. But Bradley knows he needs to cover that inside line to keep the car going and keep his position. This is a fight for the podium, but actually it's not, sadly, because Brad has got 10-second time penalty, I believe so, for speeding the pit lane, which is a big shame, actually. We'll have a look now. Yeah, 10 seconds worth of speeding the pit lane. So, in theory, Ruben just needs to do what he's... No, he doesn't. Ruben needs to catch up, I'm afraid, but he's too far back. He obviously got past Remus once again. Now, here he comes now. Thomas looking for that move on Bradley. He's going to try and come around this, go the outside. No, he's going to do a late lunge to turn 1. No, he's going to try and force Brad into an arrow, which did work that time. And also, Thomas was not expecting it to work. And there we go. And that, it shows what forcing an arrow into a driver makes. And it did work. Now, Ruben is catching. He is definitely catching this time. Charles, do you think Ruben will manage to get this done?
I think yes. But we will see. The gap is almost a second, so we have only 3 laps. He must do it right now at quick.
He must get it done nice and easily. Nilu is definitely close to Toro this time. It was 1.3. It's 0.5 of a second now. And this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets tense as well. Can he try and find his way through? Well, this is getting so close, as we're about to head on to the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. And this is getting exciting now. The medium compound tyres start to go ajar and start to go downhill. But the hard compound tyres, this is where they start to kick in and come in handy between those other drivers. Now, it doesn't look like it so far. It seems like Toro's got the straight line speed. Lap 35 out of 36. 1 more lap to go. 2 more laps left to go of this Grand Prix. Darius, 10 lap hard compound tyres. Now that's all. But here comes Thomas down the inside. Can he get it done? Here comes Rubens. Rubens watching as well. And Thomas, he's got that inside line. He was on the outside last time. Contact made between those two. Both going off track and making contact again with Ruben. Ruben's got affected. He's pulling over to one side. He's got front wing damage. And that was just not on. Ruben's podium chances are out the window. And that could go in the favour of Remus. Because here he comes now. He's going to try and continue. Brad is 0.3 of a second, maybe with some damage. Both going off track. Now that was some interesting move. But maybe it was not on. Could this also be on for Toro as well? As we now come around the last couple of corners. 1 lap left to go for these drivers. Can they still manage to continue it as well? Coming around the last corner. What's it going to be? Is it going to be enough for Toro to continue? Is it going to be enough for Nilu to get past him? But then we know that 3rd place has changed round. It could go in the favour of Remus. Now, here he comes down the start finish straight. He's going to look closer this time, Nilu. Toro's tyres, well, they've only just got to hold out for just a bit longer. Now we come round. Serban, 10-second time penalty. And there we go. That's a race over for him. P8 from him there, so not too bad. Oh, a bit of a snap of oversteer, though, from Nilu. Nilu, obviously, with that 1 lap older, but they're on the hard compound tyres. Now, what's that yellow flag? We've got Ferrari, it seems. Serban off track.
Yeah, that's Serban.
Yeah, that's a big shame from Serban. Now he's off track. Now here comes Nilu, because he gets closer than ever this time. Can Nilu find his way through into turn 9? No, he's going to wait for that Giro's opportunity. It's going to be close between the 2 Red Bull drivers. And this could be interesting in terms of the Drivers' Championship as well as the Constructors' Championship. Now, here they come. Giro's opportunity. And Toro seems to be that he's run off with it slightly more. And he has just about. Can he keep it for just 2 more corners to go? Now, we're about to head on to the penultimate corner, of this. And here he comes now around the outside. Can he try and get it done? Oh, a big side. And sadly, that is Nilu's chances over. But Toro, what a job he's done. That undercut played beautifully and across the line to win here in Netherlands. And Toro is our race winner out here. Nilu in P2. But Remus out of nowhere has come through. He's delivered. He's going to come around the last corner. He's going to finish in P3. And what a job it is from Remus. Remus, hats off to you, mate. And into the barrier, Brad. Now, Thomas actually went through there. Brad did not cross the line, I don't think. Brad didn't cross the line. He crashed before, and that now is going to cost Brad a lot. Everyone moves that one. That is not what Brad wants at all. We're still waiting for the other confirmation. Froby comes across the line. Connor comes across the line. Darius as well. He's going to come around the last couple of corners. P11. But the major disappointment is Ruben in P13 there. And that, well, he's going to go down to P12 now. Oh, whoa, sorry, yeah, we'll go down to P12 now. But that, I'm afraid, is such a shame from him. Satori there, he's come around the last couple of corners. 4-lap, newish soft combo tyres. And Ruben's just cruising it. Serban behind as well, who's cruising it. Serban gets past him, actually, so maybe he's not trying. And Serban just cruises it across the line. And he lets Ruben through. Ruben in P12 there. Martine, the last driver to cross the line. And here he comes. Now, what a race that was. That last couple of lap, Charles, was incredible.
You know, that's just incredible. What a fight. What a victory from Toro. I want that to forget quick.
Well, it's going to be something that Nilu's not going to like, and especially Ruben's not going to like as well. But I'm afraid this is the time where I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to be in safe hands for the interviews, though, with Charles, of course, as well. So thank you all so much for watching. It's good to be back. I'll try and pop by when I can. But for now, you're in the very, very safe hands of Charles and all the other commentators as well. So thank you very much, and I'll see you later, Charles.
Yeah, okay. So thank you from commentary. And that's it. This is the grid after Dutch Grand Prix race. First is Toro, second is Nell, third is Colorimus, 4 is Lutek, 5 is Asmonsidad, 6 is George Link, 7 is Thomas Pinder, 8 is Conor Cross. We'll be back next week. Don't forget to join us on Discord and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Thank you for me and the team. Goodbye.